All right, so we're back in here. Back in here. Live stream. Okay. The Fireman Barber. What up, fam? What up? Were you in here last night? Bro, I'm thinking about going live because, like I said, I was telling you guys I'm going to be doing Vlogmas. So, Vlogmas is I'm vlogging every day from now until December. So, vlogging, it doesn't have to be a certain video, but it may be that I am doing some sort of content every day. And since I feel like going live is a weak point for me, something I want to do and get better at, then I think I might just do this every day or something like that. So, oh, you changed your, I thought your name was something else on Instagram. What's going on, bro? What's going on? Rashad. Hey, see, yeah, man, I'm back, man. I was on last night and I decided I wanted to go live again tonight. Hey, I don't want to be on for 2 hours. That last night was crazy, bro. 2 hours. You see, I can answer questions all night long. So, yeah, man. Let's start with favorite trimmer. My favorite trimmer of all time would have to be a pair of well set corded Andis T outliners, like for the win every time. But I don't use corded trimmers anymore, and I have one pair of corded clippers, and it's just my Andis Masters. I do still have my trimmers, but they're I don't know. I think they're in a drawer or something like that. I just never pull them out. I do like my red blade, my red Babyliss trimmer, the Fireman Barber. Y'all see him right there. That boy, he came through to the shop today. He got a haircut, so he was like, man, these are famous right here. But yeah, I like those trimmers too. I like Babyliss trimmers if they work well. Like if I can get some consistency out of that company, they can easily have the top trimmer like of all time. But it's too inconsistent. I've never had a pair of Andis T outliners that didn't hit. So yeah, my man says he agreed. Andis T outliners, the body on them, perfect width, perfect length. Sometimes I feel like the Babyliss trimmers are too long, slightly too long. And if you go ahead and you add the Tomb 45 power clip on the bottom, it makes it even longer. So sometimes I might be going around like this area and it's just too long, like it's hitting the person's shoulder. So I'll take it off and trim them up. Yeah, but those are my favorite so far. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? You guys have me for at least, what is it, 10:23 my time. I'll do this for, I'll say 20 minutes, but it's an exercise, so I want to get better at it. Fireman, you asked a lot of questions. We had some great conversations today in the shop. Like I said, the Fireman came through and got cut up, and I'm always blessed by meeting new people and just hearing their stories, their background. As you can see, he's a fellow barber as well. So I like to hear how things are going in people's shop. And if I can offer any advice, then I'll go ahead and do that. So we chopped it up and it was really great meeting you, bro. Also, I'm probably going to text you this, but Fireman Barber, go on to Google and type in DeadStock Barbershop and leave a review letting the people know about your service today that you received at the shop. And that's something I like to do. Normally I'll send a text message out to a first-time customer, and this is a great way for you guys to build your online presence. So in my area, if anybody looks up barbershop near me, I'll be the top rated barbershop, even though it's just me in a private suite, but I'm the top rated barbershop in the area and surrounding areas. So as people are sitting in shops and the shop is too full, or people are like, man, my barber is too far, I just moved out here, I don't want to drive an hour or 45 minutes to go get a haircut. They type in barbershop near me. Who do they see at the top of the list? 5-star rating, me. So that's easy advertising. I don't do any other advertising outside of that. Like, I rarely use my Instagram. I don't pay for Google ads. I don't pay for Facebook ads. Like, just being on the top of the list with really, and I'm giving you guys, like, a lot of people don't know this. Most of these shop owners are older people, right? And so they are not looking at Google. They don't think online presence. So just by having I think I got 191 reviews so far, I'm at the top. So I think there's some others that are like high 200s, like maybe a couple others. But other than that, all the other shops, full barbershops with multiple barbers in them, they do not have people leave them Google reviews. So now that's made it very easy for me to ask existing customers or new customers to, hey, go ahead and leave me a review. So of course I have more than 191 customers, but I often forget. So that's why I'm reaching out to Fireman right now on YouTube. Go to Google, or after this, go to Google, search DeadStock Barbershop and leave a review, please. And just share your experience. That's what I tell people. Just share your experience, because I try my best to provide the best service I can, make a great atmosphere. And if I do that, then I'm not worried about what they're going to rate it, because usually they're going to rate it 5 stars. So he said, very blessed by our conversation. And yeah, man, thank you, bro. Thank you so much. And yeah, it was definitely a blessing. Carlos, what's good, man? I can't have this thing without you being in here, bro. So I was looking forward to you joining. Kwame Briggs, I was looking forward to you joining. What's going on, man? Kwame actually reached out to me. Actually, he left a comment on last night's video and was telling me how much he enjoyed the live. So I told him, I responded really quickly. I was like, I think I'll go on in a little bit. So here we are. You guys can ask whatever question. And yes, Carlos, I missed you, bro. The Fireman Barber says, by the way, to everyone on the comment section, what you see of Chris on YouTube is who he is in person, which is refreshing. Thank you, bro. Like, it's nothing wrong with being yourself. Like, I was telling them that last night. Like, whatever skill you have, whoever you are in the shop, like whatever shop you're in, like, I encourage you to be yourself. Now, sometimes you got to elevate yourself and encourage yourself to speak up if you're a shy person or a quiet person, or you feel like I'm an introvert. Now I'm at work and I want to build relationships with customers, because a lot of people don't understand that you can get a haircut anywhere, right? There's barbers everywhere, but you can't find me everywhere. I'm only in one place. So you want to make it hard for them to replace you. I'm irreplaceable. You can always go get a haircut, but you can't always have these type of conversations. You can't get this type of encouragement, or you don't get me anywhere else other than where I'm at. So just by building relationships with customers, that is a great way to have retention, very high retention when it comes to your clientele. So anybody else, what y'all got? What y'all got? And if y'all want, man, I can go ahead and freestyle something, man, rap for y'all or something like that. You know, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? I can easily, you know what I'm saying? You know, just let me know if y'all want me to freestyle, man. Let me know. Okay, so we got a question. All right. Can you do a scissor cut for YouTube? AAC, have you not seen any of my scissor cut videos, bro? I know I have at least, I don't know how many it is, but I at least have like 5 to 6 videos, bro. I know I do. Philip, what's going on, bro? Respect from Detroit. Man, what's going on? Respect from Texas, bro. Yeah, man. It's good to see people from all over, man. I think one day I was on just looking through my analytics for YouTube, and it said like, it was a list. It said top 200 countries playing your videos. And I was like, what? My videos are being played in 200 countries? Like, that's crazy. That is so crazy to me. So, let's see. Nah, Fire Man, I'm not gonna freestyle, man. But you know what I'm saying? But I could get that going. Yeah. Okay. Check it. All right. All right. No, I'm playing. Cause I don't want y'all going crazy. Y'all be like, all right, let's see what we got. Any dope YouTube videos we need to watch? Oh man, I've been so busy. I haven't been on a lot of YouTube. Honestly, what I'm usually looking at YouTube is learning how to perfect my content. And so with that means I'm watching like a lot of photographers, a lot of videographers, and these guys are breaking down how to get the type of clarity and like a cinematic feel that I want to have on my channel. So I'm always looking at that kind of stuff. What's the last video I watched on YouTube that was a tutorial? I think I watched part of a 360 Jeezy video last night after I got off I think I responded to the guy, I Am Dope, who wanted me to help him find something, or actually someone that wanted me to look at their haircuts. So I talked to a guy last night for a little bit after I got off here. Then I watched part of a 360 Jeezy video, and that was about it, man. But nah, nothing comes to the top of my head. ATB in the building. Okay, so y'all heard me just say the information that I just gave about Google and about having your customers leave reviews and building up your Google presence as like the #1 source of advertising. My guy right there, Aaron the Barber, ATB Cuts, he is like the mastermind behind like the knowledge that I have when it comes to advertising like that, like having that social presence. This dude he's been on it for years, and he was a barber that I used to work with and inside a barbershop for like 5 years. Then we both ended up at the same suite. Now he's in a different suite down the street, but that's still my guy, man. And I definitely credit him for my knowledge in that area, because that's what I'm telling you guys. You want to be in a shop. Like, it's cool to cut hair at the house. It's cool to cut hair in a suite, but there's things that you'll pick up from other barbers that will elevate you in ways that you couldn't have imagined just by like the way this guy promotes. He doesn't wear clothes that don't say his name on it. Like, everything that he wears is ATB shorts, ATB pants, ATB shirts, ATB beanie or something, you know what I'm saying? So like, bro, this dude promotion skills is on a whole nother level. So you guys, man, build relationships with guys that are in the shop, because you never know who's going to pour into you, and like vice versa. His haircuts have grown tremendously because I made him get good. You know what I'm saying? So that his haircuts can match his ability to promote. You know what I'm saying? So now my boy a beast, and I just seen him make a post we're in Rockwall, Texas, is where our suites are at, and he made a post. He said something about he's the best barber in Rockwall, and I was trying to figure out what he meant by that, because that would mean that I'm not the best barber in Rockwall, and so it was kind of confusing. But but my guy, man, like my boy, he done came so far, and like and it makes me proud. Like I was saying about Wavy Kid Kev last night, I love to see people's growth and people around me just flourish, man. So let's see what we got. How do you get a new customer as a beginner barber? Great question, Kwame Briggs. So as a beginner barber, I recommend being in the shop, working the hours on the door. If your shop is open from 9 to 7, you want to be in the shop from 9 to 7. I know that don't sound pretty. A lot of people think, well, I'm self-employed, I want to be able to come and go as I please. And that's perfectly fine, but just know that you won't make money behaving that way. So if you're in the shop, I also recommend bringing your lunch. And this is stuff that I got in that shop that I worked with Aaron. And there was an old head in there, my guy Vic. This dude never really left the shop. He would bring his lunch to work and he's eating real quick in the back. And now he's getting back out to the floor because the less time he spends away from his chair, the more money he makes. And he had the first seat in the chair. So when people would come, in the shop. So when people would come in, you know, you can always tell a new person because they got that look. Like first thing they do when they walk in the door, they're looking around. And he's going to greet them. What's going on, man? You need a haircut? Bam. That's an easy customer. So if you are bringing your lunch, which means I'm not really leaving the shop, I'm in the shop all day long, every opportunity. And I learned this from my manager at Supercuts. He said, every time you cut hair, you are on a platform. You're on a stage. So it is your time to shine for that customer. And one thing that I will say is that not only for that customer, but for the customers that are sitting there watching the new guy, because they probably just was there a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and they know that you weren't there. So you're the new guy and everybody's skeptical. So they don't know if you're good or bad, but they're there for a haircut. So if you get someone in your chair, I'm sorry, I got T-Mobile calling me. So if you have someone in your chair and these people are sitting and they're waiting and they're walk-ins and they'll take any barber, right? One thing that I used to would do, sometimes I'd cut the hair one side at a time. So instead of going all the way around, start your like a ball fade, I'm not going to do my line all the way around and then fade in steps all the way around. I'll do one half of the head and then there finish that thing out, get it nice and blurry. And now I'm going to turn that person the other way. So if I was cutting their hair, I did the right side first. Now I'm going to face them to the left and I'm going to start doing that haircut on the left side. And what that did was give the people that are sitting and watching a chance to see that you have a skill. This dude can cut. And so I would do stuff like that. And people was like, hey man, you got anybody next? No, I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I built up pretty quickly just on that. Also, like I said last night on the live, just by being cordial, being friendly, building up a rapport with the customers in the shop. They may not be your customer, but you guys can still talk about guy stuff, sports, video games, whatever it is. And if their barber is busy, they don't mind. Hey, I know Chris is always here. He's cool. We chop it up all the time. Hey, bro, can you get me? My barber's full. Bro, I got you. So those are great ways to get new clients as a beginner barber, as well as I recommend taking the shop phone. Most guys in the shop that are booked up, they don't want to answer the phone. They feel like it's a chore. They're kind of like above that. I'm too good for that. You know, so what you want to make sure that you do is, oh, I'll get the phone. I got it. Put it in your pocket. DeadStock Barbershop. This is Chris. How can I help you? Hey, Chris, what you guys looking like up there? Can anybody get me? Yeah, I'm actually available right now. Like what time were you trying to come in? We can do an appointment. Or if you come right now, I can get you now. Just so you know, you'd be a walk-in. So if someone comes in before you, I'll be with you right after that. Bam. Now I just got a customer. He's coming into the shop. He was a walk-in, but what did he say? What does he say when he get there? Hey, I'm here for Chris. And just like that, you've secured them before they came in only by answering the phone. And I have a customer, actually my guy, Aaron, I was just talking about, I think he cuts her son now because my prices got up a little bit too high for her, which is fine. You can't cut everybody's hair. So I'm okay with sending one of my customers to another trusted barber that I know is going to give you the same great quality. And so I got her and I cut her son's hair from the age of 2 all the way up till I think he just turned 8 this year. So I cut his hair for almost 6 years, and it was only because I answered the phone. Every 2 weeks she came in and gave me money because I answered the phone one time. Then she became my customer. So those are great ways to secure new clients by while being a new barber. All right, DJ DeadStock. Marty Blends. I have not seen the I think what's the drunk cut? Was that like the goggles? I think I seen Vic the barber, Vic Blends do it. Let's see. Do you recommend giving free cuts? I definitely do not recommend giving out free cuts. Yeah, I know he's 8. So that's my boy JJ. His birthday is like October 3rd. That's how well I've been cutting his hair for so long. And my son, he just turned 8 on the 1st. So yeah, my guy Aaron cuts JJ. I don't recommend free haircuts. Let me see. I'll give a free haircut to somebody that is in need of a haircut. They call me up like, hey man, I'm short. Is there any way I can pay half now? Or if they ask for some sort of deal and it's a customer of mine, I'll do it for free, bro. You've been coming a long time. I don't even trip, right? But in order to get somebody in the chair for the first time, I'm not going to do a free haircut. I'm probably not going to do half off unless you run in some sort of promotion. Like I said, my guy, Aaron the barber, he does a lot of promotional stuff. So he has it set up on his website to where, hey, half off of your first haircut. Here's a coupon. Make sure you present this to me when you come. And most of the people forget about it anyway, and they never ever redeem the free haircut. So they come in and they pay for it. So that's a good, like, a mind trick when it comes to advertising, because people don't really pay attention. People don't, they could have had a free haircut or half off or whatever if you give me this coupon, and they come in and they pay full price, and I'm sure they probably tipping them well on top of that, Let's see. Thanks for the love. I used to be the best barber, if that's recognition. I'm still currently the best barber in the Rockwall area, Aaron, but I will give you a very, very, very close last place out of 2 people running. I'll give you last place. What's the budget in the new shop? We will talk about that as things unfold, because I got something in the works, and as I get going, I'll let you guys know. So how many chairs? I'm thinking about 5 chairs, 5 to 6, maybe 5 barbers and me. So I'll have my own chair, or it may be 5 barbers including me, but I'm still in the works with that. So I'll let you know. If you had a bunch of influencers, that would be dope. I don't want a bunch of influencers in my shop. I want a bunch of guys like you, people that I know that are on YouTube to get better, which means I'm willing to be coached. I'm willing to learn, and I want to learn from somebody that can help me get to the place that I want to be. And so that's the people I'll be going after. That's one of the reasons, like I said last night, I'm trying to build up my subscriber count, just because that's more people locally that will recognize me, even if they're in barber school. And I can put out a blast like, hey, guys, I'm hiring at this location. I'm looking for this many barbers. DM me if you're interested. Or I'll also utilize some of the relationships that I built with certain barber school owners, like even my barber school owner, and be able to go into school and handpick the guys that are looking to grow, that have some skill already and something I can develop and coach them through. So I want newer barbers in this, because it will be a commission shop. I will say that it will be commission, but the prices are going to be so high that you're going to make so much money, and you're going to be doing. So this is the idea that was brought to me by the investor that I have. Like I said, I'll wait on that, but the barbers will make a lot of money, and it will be a commission shop. Yes, I'm Hope. Yeah, bro, this is day 2. I told them earlier, I'm thinking about just vlogging every day. I mean, doing lives every day, and that'll give me practice for going live. Like, I know how to edit videos, so I could definitely get better, get faster at it. But this will give me an opportunity to be more comfortable, get used to reading down this list, as well as, I'm not even looking at the camera. When I'm recording, I'm looking at the camera, but when I'm doing this, I'm reading. And I kind of like to give you guys some, eyesight connection, just so you feel a little more connected to your boy. But anyway, it will also grow your CRM with promotions. Yeah. So if y'all don't know what CRMs is, I don't either. But I know it's about when people click on your website. So if you got promotions and all that kind of stuff, something like that. But I'm still learning. That's why you got to have these people around so you can learn and grow. So Derek, what's going on, brother? He says, do having female workers at the shop attract male clients? I don't know if that, well, I'll say yes, because it works for a lot of different places like Sports Clips and Great Clips. If you notice, all those places are women, and they're usually cosmetologists. So the idea is to have, if you're gonna have one, it may help, but for me, I don't want to have a woman in my shop just because of that. Like if she's qualified to work there and she's a barber, because I only want barbers, then come work for me if you're willing. Like I'm willing to pour into you, and if you can give me everything that you have, like let's go. How did you find your investor to open your shop? So I get so many people like over the course of years, like people like, hey man, if you ever need any investors, I got you. And I'm like, oh, cool, thanks. And it's never been anything I've been interested in, honestly. Like I didn't have, a lot of people think that that's the path for a barber is to go on into ownership one day. And that was not really a dream of mine. I realized that my experience in a shop would definitely be helpful to if I ever wanted my own shop, but it wasn't like, oh man, one day I'm gonna get a shop and it's gonna be like that was never my dream. I love being in the barbershop. I love that, hey, I'm booked up. I pay my booth rent on the first day of the week. I'm working Tuesday through Saturday or Monday through Saturday. Day one, I'm paying you your booth rent. And for the rest of the week, I don't have no other cares. If anything goes down, I don't have to worry about it. That was the shop owner. I'm not paying electricity. I'm not paying water. I'm not paying cable. I just get to come in here, give you $200, and now I can just cut hair and take all that home for the rest of the week. So I didn't have any urge to want to get into the business, and I also I had no urge of wanting to go into a suite. I thought I was a barbershop guy, but once I got into the suite, I saw that, man, not only do I get to control things even more now, because I was like, the way that I'm helping you guys, that I desire to help you guys, is what I would do for the new people in the shop or any barber in the shop that wanted to grow. So the new people ended up getting sat next to me because the owner knew that I like helping barbers. So that was just my thing. And I thought once I went into it, if I ever went into a suite, well, that's dead. But then I realized, whoa, I got a YouTube channel, and now I don't have anybody interrupting me as I'm recording videos. And now I can help the world of barbers, whoever's watching. So it was definitely a great thing for me to move into the suite. But now I'm thinking, it's time to go with this current investor. The difference is he doesn't need me. He sees a vacancy in our market that's not being tapped. And he presented the idea, if I go along with it with him, we can both win. But if I don't, he's already winning. He's a millionaire. So he didn't need me to do this at all. But he's like, the thing that I said to him was this. I was talking about investing in stocks and things like that. And he said, me and my friends, we're not in the stock market. He said, we invest in good people with good businesses. So when he presented the opportunity to me, he went off of a list of things that he felt about me that were great qualities, and why he felt like I could be the person to get this idea going and that it can be very successful. And so that's why I chose to take him very seriously, because all the risk is on him. He's providing the money. He's like, bro, I got you. You don't even have to take out a loan from the bank. Like, we'll do all of this. I got the money. So I'm like, bro, why wouldn't I do this? So let's see. Bro, I got that Kevin Durant grader hair. Bro, you do not have, I've cut your hair. You do not have the Kevin Durant texture. His texture is 4C. Your curls are a lot less tight as Kevin Durant's hair. Let's see. Yeah, my subscriber count grew quickly, guys. This time last year, I told you guys last night that those of you guys that were on here, I was at like 4,000 to 5,000 around this time last year. And man, within the next 4 or 5 months, I was already up 15, 16, 18, 20K. And it was just like a series of events that, you know what I'm saying? I won't take no credit. I thank the Lord. I thank the Lord, man. But yeah, it was like a series of events of people just like Fazio did like a couple videos where he included my information. I think Sean Cuts Hair shouted me out. Shannon shouted me out. 360 Jeezy shouted me out. When I did the Kevin Durant video, my boy Get Beam, he posted me like on his, you know, a lot of people. So I cut Shiloh Sanders, Deion Sanders' son, whenever he's in town. And he reserves all of his posts on Instagram for what he's doing for football. So he would like, he'd share me on a story, but he never would post me on his direct page. But Get Beam, like with all his followers on there, that boy was like, bro, make me a promo video. Yeah, it wasn't the Kevin Durant one. It was like the blurriest fade ever. The dude had like the Drake fade or whatever. But he was like, bro, make me a promo video and I'll run that mug on my page, bro. And I'm like, what? I stayed up till like 2 a.m. like, I'm about to make this thing. I chopped the video down from 18 minutes down to a minute clip. And he posted it, and I didn't even know he had posted it because he did it like a few days later. And I looked at all my subscribers jumping up and my my Instagram. Like I went on Instagram and it was like, you have 100+ likes and new followers and all this stuff. And it was because he did that. So it was like a bunch of people just did these things around the same time. And then the Kevin Durant video dropped and boom, like here we are, going to be celebrating 30K pretty soon. And if you guys weren't on here last night, I'm doing a huge giveaway, 30K giveaway. I was showing these guys last night. I have like a bunch of shoes and stuff. So I got a bunch of shoes that are all DeadStock shoes, brand new shoes. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'll do probably 2 winners. So the first winner will be I bought some bags, some nice, like, if any of you guys are traveling barbers or you ever have to do anything like moving your clippers around, flying out or whatever, doing a house call, this bag that I got, I bought 3 of them. I might keep one for myself and then the other 2 will be a part of the giveaway, but it opens up. And if you guys aren't familiar with it, they're from GMB Pro. It opens up and then it separates out and it's basically a station. So it's a traveling station for you. The only thing it doesn't have is something to plug in, but it has all the slots and extended slots for you to bring all your tools and work straight out that bag without having to take anything out and put it on somebody's table. One sec. So I'll be giving away, I think the second place person will get that bag. I ordered a couple capes, adult size capes, kid cape, and something else from Illusion, as well as I think I'm gonna give a pair of, so in the big bundle will be, I'll probably give away a pair of shoes, the bag, adult cape, kid cape, and I think my FX3s, because I really don't use them like that. I think you guys will like it. So I'm creating a nice bundle, and yeah, you guys will have an opportunity to win. And like I said in my videos, like when I'm doing those DeadStock shock drops, you don't know, I might just say, hey guys, I'm on a live right now. what did I say causes is what's one that I put on there? Now I probably won't do it like that because you guys might have to go back and watch the video, and I don't want to put that pressure on you. Like, dang, I don't know what he said. So I'll probably be like, tomorrow I'll do this. You guys go ahead and put this answer. Here's the question: Does wearing hats cause people to go bald? And you'll know from watching one of those thinning hair videos that I said it actually doesn't, because a lot of people think that it's a myth that that I'm sorry, I'm sleepy. It is a myth that wearing a hat causes baldness, because your hair doesn't get oxygen like we get oxygen from breathing like this. It actually gets it from the blood flow. So whoever gets this answer, as well as if you're subscribed to the channel, if you like this video, if you follow me on Instagram, and if you share something, you do these things, then you'll have an opportunity. Your name will be in a raffle. Kwame on here, he won one of the raffles that I did. I mean, not a raffle, but one of the giveaways that I did before. And yeah, so we'll be doing some giveaways. I'm thinking about doing some raffles on some shoes that I don't know. I really don't. I liked them when I first got them, but then I never wore them. So it's like I got like 17 pair of shoes just on the floor in a pile over here. So anyway, let's see. El Barber Pepe, what's going on, fam? He said he's in the same city, bro. Where are you in the shop? What's going on, bro? Like, you in barber school, or are you thinking about being a barber? Let me know, Pepe. Like I said, you guys are the ones that I'm looking for when I think about filling my shop, because I know you'll be willing to learn and take criticism correctly. It'll only be constructive criticism that's going to make you great. And that's all I'm going to pour into my team everything I know. And eventually guys are going to leave because they're going to be like, I've outgrown this situation. I'm fine with that. Go and be successful. But there's going to be people who stick around, and guess what I'm going to do? If they rise to the top, hey man, I'm going to make you manager. You'll get an additional $3,000 a month just for being the head barber, as well as now you have an opportunity to be a partial owner, because what we're going to do is give you 5% of the profits every quarter, or whatever it may be. At the end of the year, whatever we bonus, you'll receive a part of the profits. Yeah, so that would make you partial owner of this business, and that'll make a person not want to leave, because now I'm running the place and I'm making money cutting my clients. I'm making money just by being the head barber and making sure that people are doing things that they're supposed to be doing. And I'm part owner of this place. Like, who would turn that down? You know, for me, I was comfortable in my shop. If they'd have told me, hey, go ahead and be manager, I'd have took it. Especially you talking about give me an extra $3,000 a month. You know, a lot of people are just like, oh, I'll give you discounted booth rent to be the manager of this place. Bro, no, man, get these people some money. And, you know, but like I said, all of that will be in talks for people who are, yeah. Hey, Aaron the Barber, my city is, okay, so your city is Portland, not anywhere in Texas. My city is anywhere that I live at, bro. So right now, it's a city near you. Wherever your city is, that's my city now, Aaron the Barber. All right, let's see. Aaron says, I got the marketing. Philip says, I've been in barber school for 3 months and just recently got my 250 hours. So I'm taking clients. What advice can you offer someone who hasn't cut hair before? 250 hours, bro. Congratulations. I don't know how much you guys need in your city. I think, or in your state. For us, it was 1,500 hours when I was in school. Now it's, I think, like 1,000 hours in Texas now. Taking new clients, bro, cut everybody hair who walked through that shop. Do not concern yourself with if they're tipping or not. If you feel like, man, I'm in barber school and I cannot afford to stay in barber school because I need money, then stay in barber school. And what I did was I worked at UPS night sort, and I wasn't making much money, but I did that until I got to the place where I could get done with school, got into Supercuts. I still wasn't making much money, but it was a sacrifice because there was something I wanted to learn from that system. So from there, I finally got into a shop that allowed me to eventually make the kind of money that I wanted. So right now, cut everything, mess up everybody's hair as much as you can. So when you get into the shop, you don't have to worry about it. And also know this, Philip, if you get one person to follow you from that barber school, you are like the LeBron James of cutting hair. That's how rare it is. Most people don't follow that barber because at the barber school, I'm getting $5, $8, $10 haircuts. So I belong to the school. I'm a part of the school's clientele. That person who's paying that, they are the school's clientele, and they're going to go to the next best person when you leave because they're not going to follow you from there for $5, $8, or $10 and go into a shop. And now the shop is saying, oh, it's $30, sir. Bro, they're not going to do it. So don't feel like these are my clients. Build relationships, practice, building relationships and having a great conversation and being a listener and all these different things that come along with barbering. And just know that one day you're going to leave these people, but you're going to build when you get to wherever you're going. Size, what's going on, brother? What's the sizes? The sizes range from 7 all the way up to like a 12 in men or 11 and a half or something like that. Yeah, the bags are fire. Yeah, they're fire. Those bags are really fire. If you guys travel, I don't really travel too much anymore. Like I've raised my prices to where my house calls are ridiculously overpriced to me so that people don't ask me. I put it right there on the website, house calls, bam. I don't want to go to your house. I work from 9 to 5 now, and I stand here. I don't take lunch. I stand here and I'm booked all the way through. I don't want to leave here and go cut more hair. I want to leave here and go home. But if you need a haircut bad, I charge $110 haircut and beard for an after-hour service. It starts at 5 o'clock. If you want me for a 5 o'clock appointment, I'll put you down for after hours. Go ahead and cash at me so I can secure your spot, or Zelle me so I can secure your spot. And that way I'm cutting your hair with the best lighting, the best temperature, the best chair, and I got everything, and we can get this knocked out. I can send you home and I can go home right after this. I used to cut some NFL players like that were living out here playing for the Cowboys, and one of the guys whose house it was like, I get to his house after and this is when I was working crazy hours. So I'll be at the shop from 9 o'clock. I'm leaving the shop at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Now I'm headed to Frisco, Texas, 45 minutes away. I just rode on the tollways, and now it cost me $20 to get out there and back. I get to your house, and now I got to wait for you to kick it with your homeboys. Y'all want to do whatever y'all do, get the music going. Now you playing video games, but you want a haircut at the same time because you think it's cool to get a haircut and be on both your phones at the same time. And I'm trying to cut around it. Now I'm trying to edge you up, and you trying to see the game. Bro, come to the shop. I'd rather cut your hair at the shop. I don't want to worry about that stuff. You know, like, y'all know how everybody's on social media. So yeah, the barber, what's going on, y'all, man? I got the barber at the house. Y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We about to step out after this. Bro, I should not be getting home at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, in the morning. And I had already been at the shop since 9 a.m. I haven't seen my family. If you're a single man and you like to party and go out, like, there was plenty of opportunities for me to go out clubbing and all that stuff with them afterwards. A lot of invites, but I'm like, nah, that's not what I do. That's not my lifestyle. So it was more annoying than anything. Like, bro, I'm just here to cut your hair and go. I'm not about to be drinking, kicking it. I'm not kicking it with y'all like that. And so this is one thing, and I will tell you guys, don't be so pressed to cut athletes and celebrities' hair, because it's not all the time unless you have them as your clientele. So I tell anybody, that same guy, like he got mad at me before because he wanted to come and do it before hours. So I got to work early. He was like, I'll be in the area. And he ended up not showing up until like 15 minutes until my next appointment. And I had a booked day. And so I told him, like, bro, I cannot cut your hair. Now you got to think, this dude has been an athlete since elementary school. He don't know the word no. But for me, I treat everybody the same. I'm not going to cut your hair, bro. If you want me to cut your hair, I cannot do it today. And he was like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? No, I'm not going to cut your hair. I said, if you want to edge up, I'll give you an edge up. That's all I can do right now. But it's still going to be that same price as the before hours appointment. But I'm not doing anything other than that. And dude looked like when he realized, because he's so used to talking his way into things. Like when I was like, I cut him off. I was like, look, bro, I'm not going to argue with you. I can't cut your hair. I can edge you up, bro. And by this time we've been kicking it. We cool. So we talk to each other a little bit different than your average. Like he's not just a regular, like walk in. Like before I got to that shop, he was already at that shop. You know, he's been around that shop since he was in middle school. So everybody knew him, but he was surprised that I would just cut him off and let him know, like, no, I'm not doing it. And he was hot, bro. He was hot. But this is what I was going to say. I'm not pressed to cut people's hair because you're an athlete. The stars, the celebrities in my book are the people that come every 2 weeks. The people that come every week. The people that come every 3 weeks. That come every month. I see your hair. I see you a few times in your off season, or if you're playing locally. You know, it's not as frequent as people would think. So the stars is the people who are paying my mortgage, the people who are paying my car note, the people who are paying my cell phone bill, the people who are paying my electricity, my water, you know what I'm saying? My gas bill, my cable, whatever it may be. Those are the stars. These people are going to come faithfully. And I'm not going to lie. I rarely got tipped by a lot of these guys. And you guys are looking at them, they're athletes. They're entitled. They get a lot of the stuff that they have for free. They spend a lot of money on clothes and shoes to go out to the club, and on vehicles, and on renting houses. And when it comes to haircuts, if I tell you it's $140, the majority of the guys I ended up cutting, they were giving me that when that was my price for a house calls. If it was $100, they were giving me $100 for house calls. One day I went to this guy's house and I did like 12 haircuts that day. And the dude that had me come to the house, he paid for all of their haircuts because it made, you know, he's the cool guy with the barbershop. So he paid me for everybody's haircut. And only one person, he gave me a tip on top of that, but only one person out of all of those other NFL players actually gave me a tip. And that person was not in the NFL. It was the brother of one of the NFL players. Them boys was over there shooting dice. He killed everybody on the table. When I say thousands of dollars, like them boys is going hard. And he actually gave me a $50 tip. You know what I'm saying? Like, but none of the guys who are actually getting NFL checks actually tipped. And like I said, it doesn't matter, but I'm just trying to paint a picture for you guys that you think like, oh man, I'll get $100 from this guy. I'll get $200 from this guy. Bro, build up your skills, raise your prices. And before you know it, regular people will be paying you $100 after hours just to stay an extra 30 minutes. So yesterday I had an after hours. Tonight I had an after hours. Tomorrow I have 2. And each of those people are giving me no less than $110 base. And so one of the guys that's coming tomorrow, he actually missed his appointment today. Instead of charging him for the full no-show, he's one of my good clients. He never missed the appointment. He's rarely ever late. So I told him, instead of charging you the full price for the no-show, I'll just charge it as a late cancellation. So instead of $40, it was 20 bucks. And he was like, thank you. Can you get me in today? I'm like, I'm full today. Said, can you get me in tomorrow? And I told him I can get him in tomorrow. He's like, bro, I'm going to give you $150 tomorrow. Bro, this is a regular guy with a regular job. But we so stuck on trying to build up celebrity clientele. And those are the people that you see the least. And a lot of times they pay the least amount when it comes to what they pay over your asking price. And they're going to be picky. They're going to be looking at their phones, doing this, doing that. And you have to produce the best work in low quality lighting, unless you bring in your own ring light. They giants sitting in a fold up chair, you know, if they don't have a barber chair at their house. The guy whose house I was going to, we had a full barbershop set up in there. So that was cool. We had the same kind of chair that we had in the shop, air compressor, everything was set up in his house. So, but in other events, you go into a hotel, somebody's sitting on the toilet and you cutting their hair, but you got to produce a $200 haircut with bad lighting. They're tall and they like slumped over, whatever, you know, you may be tall, they may be down low, because, you know, for me, it's not as bad because I'm short. So when they sit down on a fold up chair or something, then they're usually good height for me. But for somebody like my boy Aaron, he like 6 feet, 6'1", that's gonna tear him out the frame. He already cut hair like this. His legs he was about to do the splits because he's so tall. Now imagine you in a place where you can't lift up a chair, so it's even worse. All right, let's see. I've been cutting for 10 months, bro. I'm from the city. You're doing Greenville. Okay, dope. 280 hours in. Would love to chat it up. Yeah, bro. Hey, okay. El Barber Pepe. My daughter told me, she was like, she said a girl from my she said a girl from my school knew who you were. She was like, is your dad? Because she said the girl seen my last name and she knew your last name. And she asked if I was, if you were my dad. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, this little girl in middle school, what the heck does she know? And she's in 7th grade. What does she know about freaking DeadStock Barbershop? And then she said, she told me the next day that her brother watches me on YouTube and follow me on Instagram. And I also saw that your sister followed me as well. So it's good to meet you, bro. You definitely come get a cut or something, or just come to the shop when you got some free time. I'm in there 9 to 5, Tuesday through Friday, and usually about 8:30 to no later than 3 o'clock on Saturdays. So come through and chop it up, bro. So woo, bro, 2,100 hours for school, bro. That's so long. That is so long. Man, I did 1,500. I could imagine doing 600 more on top of that. Yeah, Aaron, bro, like, people don't know this stuff, man. Darius Anderson, bro, I hate house calls. You're going to get my best work inside of a barber shop. Like, cut hair for the first time today. My little brother, he has wavy hair. It was extremely hard for me to blend the taper into the bulk on top. Can I send you the pics? Bro, DM me on Instagram, bro. I'll reply to you. I'm not gonna be on super late tonight. I said earlier I was gonna be on like 20 minutes, and here we are, like, well into this. Let's see. Yeah, look up DeadStock Barbershop. You'll see me on there, Christopher Manyweather, and just send me a picture of the haircut, bro. And I'll tell you what I see that you probably could have did better. Sharing light and be so trash if you don't have the ring light. Definitely respect the barber. Thank you, sister. Native Mindset, I see you. Yeah, that's crazy. It definitely is. So what's one mistake you think young new barbers make? Great content, bro. Thank you, Kay. The number one mistake that I see new barbers come into a shop with is the idea that I'm self-employed, so therefore I come and go as I please, or the shop is slow, so I'll go sit in my car, smoke some cigarettes, or I'm gonna just be disengaged on my phone. When people come in, I'm not talking to these people. I'm not greeting people. Like, those are huge mistakes when it comes to being the new guy. I said it earlier. You want to have the most visibility. People aren't looking for the best barber. My bad, Aaron. You 6'4". My bad. My bad. I said 6', 6'1". You're right. I'm sorry, bro. But people aren't looking for the best barber. Let me reassure you guys. They want a good haircut. They're not looking for the best ever haircut. Barbers are judging barbers' work, looking for the blurriest fade. Not all clients are looking at work like that. But what they do want is somebody consistent with the work that they do, because customers are willing to grow with you. You may not be the best, but I know he's always at work. So he takes his craft seriously. He don't always smell like weed. He don't always, his clippers and stuff are clean. And when I come in the shop, I always see him and he seems like a cool guy. So they're looking for somebody that is there, that I can count on. I know Aaron's going to be in the shop. Let me go up there, swing in, see if he can get me in. Or let me call him. I know you at the shop, bro. What spots you got open today? Those are the people, like, people are looking for somebody that is in the shop. Now, it's a little bit different when you're in a suite setting, because now I control my full schedule. I have a clientele and they are willing to work around me. But if I'm trying to build up a clientele, I need to be in a place where people can see me, where they can see me work, or if they see me engaged and now they're willing to give me an opportunity. So that's like the number one mistake that I've seen for young or new barbers. Don't worry about the skill. It's going to come. Keep watching these tutorials, keep practicing, but make sure customer service is first. Make sure that you're visible, and those two things will take you a very long way, and you'll see that you'll build your clientele very, very rapidly. Yes, Lord. ATB, Aaron the barber, cuts hair doing the splits every day. Yeah. Yeah. The side says that's dope. Clipper over comb. What do you want to know about clipper over comb? Aaron the barber says the connection is off. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys still see me? Aaron the barber says the connection is off. Somebody put in the chat, let me know. Cause I don't want to be sitting here talking and nobody can even hear me. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Really want to get some hands-on learning help with African American type hair. I never really get the opportunity since my clientele is mostly Hispanic. So somebody earlier asked about would you do free haircuts? And I said most likely I would not. But you could honestly run ads saying, "Hey, I'm looking to build my portfolio of African American clients up. I've been cutting hairs however long, whatever you want to say. I'm doing haircuts for $10. I'm doing haircuts for $5. I'm doing haircuts for free. Because now I need you guys to come in here because this is practice." And what do they say? Practice makes perfect. Nah, practice makes you better. It ain't gonna make you perfect, but it can definitely make you better. All right, everybody can hear me. All right, everything good. Oh, okay. So look, I'm going down this list so slow. So that's the point of me. The purpose of me doing this, Asias, is that I'll get better at doing this. The more I'm doing it, I'll be able to read faster because it's kind of small on my screen. And I like last night I was losing my space and like in the messages. So I'm doing better without losing my spot on the messages. But now I'm just reading them slowly as they come in, and my answers are kind of long-winded. So that makes it, makes everything else get behind. Aaron the barber says, "Remember I did free cuts at a homeless shelter." Yeah. Okay. That's a perfect opportunity. Aaron the barber was giving out free haircuts at a homeless shelter, and eventually they started paying him. Now, I don't know if that was his goal, but it was a perfect opportunity to practice. So homeless shelters, well, you'll find sadly a lot of African Americans in homeless shelters, boys' homes. I used to get people all the time that would bring, individuals from boys' homes, but they would love to have a barber that came in and would cut the hair. And this is a perfect opportunity. They're getting paid by the state. The state is paying for these haircuts. So you just come in and say, hey, I'll pay $15. You can pay me $15 per head or $20 per head. You work some sort of deal. Whoever the owner of the place is, they probably get an allotment of $40, but you come in and say, I'll do it for 15 for every boy. And before you know it, you got yourself a deal, because now they can pocket the remaining money and they don't have to worry about it. Like, they don't take their boys to a shop anymore paying $20, $25. I got this guy coming in and he does everybody's hair and knocks them out, and he's gone. And then eventually, as you get better, you say, okay, the price is going up. If they don't want to continue the contract, you can go and find a different contract with somebody else where at your new price point, or you can just be in the shop full time and you don't have to worry about that. But those are just ideas for ways that you can build a clientele or build up a skill on clientele that you don't necessarily have currently. Do you remember? Oh, no, it says, do you? Okay, you typed that kind of weird. Do I use the Master's Fade Blade? I have used it and it is really good. But if you don't know what you're doing with that fade blade, the Andis Masters Fade Blade, I know what you mean. That thing will stick the heck out of somebody. So those fade blades, the teeth on them are so sharp. Like, they're so thin, they're so fine that they can easily, if a person has wide pores, like, you can be going up, and if your angle, because the blade is flat, so if you just kind of like slightly tilt that thing, that it's going to get stuck up in that kind of person's pores, and that is, you'll see some blood spots, and you don't want that. And they'd be like, man, you just like snagging me every time. So I don't do it. Like, you have to have, like, you got to make sure that you got the proper angle on those clippers. How far are you booked out? That I know of. For the rest of this month, I have like maybe 7 slots open, and that's after Christmas. So that's like the week of the 28th or something like that. I think that day I have openings, whatever that Tuesday is. But other than that, it's all full, and people are already booking into next year, which I kind of don't want, because I'm implementing my new price point. So I'm going to have to tell these people that I've already booked their appointments, like, hey, you guys, it's not $40, it's $60. Or they got a haircut and beard, it's not $50, it's $70. So I got to have that conversation. And it's too flat. Yeah, the blade is way too flat. Can I do a tutorial using the ergos? Bro, so I got my hands, I told you guys about it last night. I finally got my hands on a pair of those ergos, and those are a nice clipper. I always felt like any clipper using that same wall guard system, that they were all the same for some reason, just because I hadn't used them. I'm like, bro, they're all the same anyway. And I got my hands on these clippers, and I'm like, oh yeah, these things are definitely not the same. And so my boy Get Beam, he was telling me, we were playing a game, and he was telling me about the what's their newest one, the big black one with the nice, like a nice lever on them and everything, whatever those are called. He was telling me about them, and the company actually sent them to him, and they sent them to a lot of other like influencers or whatever, YouTubers. And so he was like, bro, just reach out to them and tell them like such and such and such, I would love to get a pair, whatever. And they said that they were all sold out. So I didn't get a pair, and I kind of felt some type of way, because I'm like, bro, y'all got a pair somewhere around, y'all could just send me. And so I was like, well, I'm not going to do a video using their clippers until they send me a pair, you know, just being petty. But what I will say is that I do like those clippers, and I probably will make a video with them. I ain't that petty, but that was like the first thought. Like, well, I ain't gonna never show y'all stuff. If you ain't gonna send me nothing, you could have sent me a pair of trimmers or something, you know. But it was like, oh, sorry, man, we're all out or whatever, jerks. Gary says he can't wait to be booked that far out, man. Like, it's a blessing, bro. Like, people are like, bro, I gotta book you a month in advance. Like, I'll have a person sitting in my chair booking their next appointment, or when they get to the car, I'll get a notification saying that they just booked another appointment. Then I have other people who are on recurring appointments. So every Saturday, it's either, I got people that are either every week or every 2 weeks that are always enough to fill my Saturdays. So I always see the same people, but people think that I don't work Saturdays because they don't see any availability whenever they check my booking. So they're like, bro, I see you don't work Saturdays. I'm like, no, it's recurring. They've already got these spots and I don't charge for it. So I was thinking about possibly when I implement my new pricing, I think I'm just going to get rid of the recurring spots and kind of just make it a free for all. But a lot of the people that are on recurring, the majority of them are people who I've been cutting their hair for a while. And so I don't want to kind of alienate them, but there's other people who would like their haircut on Saturdays, you know. But at the same time, I do like doing the same people every week, every 2 weeks, because I know my Saturdays are going to be super easy. And the reason that my schedule looks like that is because after the pandemic, so we had, 2 months, I didn't cut no hair. Like, I didn't cut any hair at all. And I was like, man, we worked so much. And this 2 months, I've never spent this much time with my family ever. Like, I enjoyed it, the best time of my life, right? So what ended up happening was when I came back, and before that, I always knew, like, I would talk about, like, man, I'm not going to work Saturdays. But it was just like a thought, like, eventually I'm going to get big enough that I'm not even going to work Saturdays. And so the pandemic happened. I don't work for 2 months. So I'm like, man, I survived 2 months without working. So I know I can survive and just work 4 days. So when I came back from the pandemic, I had my regular schedule, and like 2 weeks later, I was like, skip this. I'm not working Saturdays no more. I'm working 4 days a week, Monday through Tuesday through Friday, and I'll work 10-hour shifts. That way I can be able to knock this out and enjoy my family throughout the rest of the week. The problem with that is working 9 to 7, and then you have people that wanting to do after hours. On those 4 days, I'm gone a long time, and I'm not really seeing my family. I'm not helping out around the house. I'm not helping with homework. I'm not cooking. I'm not washing clothes. I'm not washing dishes. And I don't want my wife to feel like a single parent, and she's not, you know. I don't want my only contribution to be money into this household. But so what I ended up doing was, those people that I had that were anybody that was after 5 o'clock on that Tuesday through Friday, I talked to them. I was like, hey, how would you guys like to go to Saturdays? And I'll just come in, knock y'all out, and that way I can get up out of here, right? And so most of them was like, bro, that's perfect. I don't want to even have to worry about getting over here after work. This is perfect. Some of them was like, I can't do that. What other days can you give me? Oh, bam, here, let's get y'all in there. And so now that's how I started out getting off work from 9 to 5. And I come in on Saturdays, and I usually have 8 to 9 haircuts. I bang them out. Usually I get off at like, my last appointment is usually at 2 o'clock on Saturdays, but sometimes I'll end up taking an after hour. So I think I got after hours this coming Saturday as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. I just lost my whole train of thought. But anyway, that's the answer to whatever I was giving y'all an answer to. Like I said, I'm tired. Oh yeah. So about being booked out. Yeah. So anyway, that's how all that stuff went down. Happy, bro. When's your birthday, bro? Oh, on Friday. That's my daughter's birthday. No, that's the 10th. So your birthday's on the 10th, bro. I do after hours appointments. If you want to come Friday at 5 or Thursday at 5, it's gonna run you $100 for your haircut, 110 haircut and beard. I'll be there for you if you want. You can cash at me or you can sell me, and I'll book you for your after hours appointment. If you want to be fresh for your birthday, if you working or whatever, man, especially I know you Hispanic, bro. All my Hispanic homies and customers, y'all go hard. Well, y'all be celebrating. So an extra well, your haircut, first time appointments are already $60 for any first timer. So additional $40 to look clean on for your birthday, I think it's worth it. You would have spent $60 if I could have got you in. Why not pay $40 more? Y'all see the salesman side going on? Why not pay only $40 more and get a haircut so you can look clean for your birthday? Or you can ask mom or dad, hey, I want to get a haircut from this barber. He's going to talk to me while he's cutting my hair and give me some information on how I can get better. Give me some ideas. Can you give me $40 for my birthday so I can go and get my haircut? So then you take that 40, or you say, give me $60. So then all you got to do is have that $40, add their 60 to it. Bam, you got your fresh haircut for your birthday and you can be happy and no more broken heart emojis. All right. They took out 3 clippers in the past 2 months. The Mythic, I think it was the Mythics, or was it the Sabres? It might've been the Mythics. That's crazy right now. I'm only at the point where I'm booked Thursday through Saturday. Tuesday and Wednesdays are my slow days. Yeah, like traditionally, like that was a thing. So there was a point where I was only busy on the weekends, but you know you're going to grow from there, especially as your clientele changes to working people who aren't living for the weekend all the time. They have days off throughout the week. And what you'll realize is that as you build, these people are going to fill in your spots throughout the week. So it became a point where every day became Saturday for me. Every day became Friday for me because I was booked up every day. So that is a strong possibility for you if you're being consistent in what you do, you loving what you do, you're practicing what you do, and you apply these things that I'm telling you, and you add your personality and build these relationships, and you'll see that, man, people recommend I guess the number one form of advertising is word of mouth. I get friends, cousins, co-workers, waiters, you know what I'm saying? All kind of people because, oh man, I saw this guy his haircut was so clean and he gave me your information. How do I book with you? Here's my online booking. I'm sorry, this week is full. Whatever, you know, but here, go on here. Go ahead and register for this for Style Seat, and it'll notify you if anybody cancels. Bam. My guy Fireman that came today, he was following me. It's crazy because he was already following me on YouTube and Instagram. Come to find out, after just asking his neighbor about his barber, he's like, man, yours and your haircut son's haircuts are always clean. Who cuts your hair? And he said Christopher Miniweather. He like, who? He like, DeadStock Barbershop, Christopher Miniweather. He like, yeah. So now Fireman came and got his haircut today for the first time. And it was just like a huge coincidence, small world, that the same person he's been following is a person who's cutting his neighbor's hair. Like, anyway, how do you get people to actually book? I was in the shop and I had to repeatedly tell people to book on the site, but I didn't want to turn away a cut because I'm still building. So if I was in your shoes, Darius, I want everybody to book online, but I'm in a barbershop setting where I'm not appointment only yet. So what I did for my online booking service is everybody had to at least, so if it was like 1:30, a person couldn't book until 2:30. So it was always an hour out where a person could book. So that way I could grab any walk-ins, or I can grab any walk-ins. I can help somebody out, or whatever, you know. But if you're cutting somebody hair and you don't have that hour out thing, then you might start cutting somebody's hair and someone will walk in and they'll have an appointment. They'll just have scheduled an appointment for 15 minutes from now, and you got somebody in a chair and you won't be done for another 30, 45 minutes. So that's why I set mine up like that. That way you can get walk-ins and build that way, because that's how you're going to build the people. So as you get that person that walk in, hey, next time, if you want an appointment, I was able to get you to walk in, you know, as a walk in today, but I'm usually busy and booked up. Here's my online booking information. You go on here, you'll see all my availability and you can book directly through it. You don't even have to call me. It'll send you a confirmation. It'll send you reminders and you'll book it, and I'll see you whenever you book it. You don't have to worry about double booking. I'll be available when you schedule that appointment. So you give them your card or you send them the link, whatever you want to do, but you tell them those words to let them know that this is how you book an appointment with me, meaning don't call up here. If you want to walk in, that's fine. If I'm available to get you, I'll get you then, but just letting you know, it doesn't always work out as easily as it did today. So that's what you do with whenever you get walk-ins, and that's how you translate them over to appointment-based service. So Aaron the Barber says, when running the Sweet Life Barbershop opposed to being in a shop, what's one thing you miss from the shop life? So one thing that I miss from the shop life is I struggle saying this word, camaraderie. Like I love, like Aaron will forever be a brother to me. So I cannot be with you 5 to 6 days a week for 5 to 6 years and we not bond in some kind of way. Now, do we go to bowling and go out to basketball games or something like that? No, but I'll still consider this man as a brother. If he ever needed anything from me, he can get it. No homo. I mean, pause. Y'all didn't hear me say that. Don't nobody get me canceled for saying that. But yeah, it's like whatever he needs, like, bro, I'm here. Like, and I will forever promote. If somebody, he's like I said, he's right down the street from me. So if I can't get a customer in, hey, I got a couple barbers that are local that are right down the street. I'll text you their information. You can see if they got any availability. Here's Aaron the Barber. Here's Zed the Barber. Here's Joe. Here's whatever. You can hit them up and see who can get you in. You guys, do not get offended if your customer goes to another barber. McDonald's is not offended by the Burger King across the street. Walgreens is not offended by the CVS across the street. Bro, if you come into my store and you shop with me, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for spending your money here with me. This was your choice. I might say that you're my customer, you're my client, but it's really, I'm your barber because you chose me. So you cannot be butthurt if somebody wants to get in the chair next to you, because it is their money, it is their hair, and they may come back. They may not, but the greatest form of customer service that I can provide outside of my skill set is to recommend a good barber to you when I'm booked up. I don't want you feeling like I can't go to the barber in the same shop as you because you're going to be mad at me. Bro, what? This is your head, your money. So I'll recommend a barber to my customers. I got Rock, I got Aaron, I got Jason. Who you want? Let me know. I can send you to any of them. You need me to make the phone call? Well, Aaron does everything online. atbcuts.com. Go check out my boy. He can get you right. I'll see you next haircut. And if I don't see you next haircut, I just don't see you next haircut. That means that I have a spot open for the next person to come in. Do not be offended if somebody doesn't want you as their barber. If somebody doesn't like the way you cut their hair and you tried your hardest and you did everything you can do and they go to the person next to you from now on, bro, just work on getting better. Hopefully they give you another opportunity. Because I got one customer, he says he'll give barbers 3 opportunities. He said the first one, I know you're not going to do it the way I want it. The second one, I'm going to come in and tell you what you could have did better. And if you do it better on the third one, I'm going to stick with you. He ended up in my chair because he used that thing a few different times on a few different barbers. And he came into me and I listened to what he was saying the first time. And he's like, bro, you never not did my haircut the way that I wanted it done. From the first haircut, you've done it how I wanted it. And I've gained a customer from that. So that's why I say, man, customer service, guys, we are customer service based. We say it all the time. We're self-employed, But this is how I see it. This is my breakdown. This is my understanding. You may disagree. I say that I am a self-employed employee. Why do I say I'm a self-employed employee? Because I'm self-employed. I go into business and I work for myself, but I'm an employee and I'm employed by every individual who sits in my chair. So if every individual sits in my chair, I'm their employee. That means that they're the boss. And I need to get the job done right the way they want it done, because I can get fired. If they don't come back to you ever again, you are fired. You guys understand that? You're fired. So every time that I have somebody different in my chair, that's my boss. So I'm a self-employed employee. I traded in one boss or one store manager or two store manager, or whatever it may be, district manager. I traded them in for hundreds of bosses, and every single one of them has something different that they want done to themselves. Everybody has different preferences. Some guy doesn't want to edge up. Well, I feel like I get the best edge ups ever. I'm fire at edge ups. That's my strong suit. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to edge up. Don't get that man an edge up. It's his head. We are customer service based. You may be the best barber, the best fader ever, but if you don't give a person what they want, then that was a bad haircut. If I ask for a low taper and you give me the iciest high bald taper ever, that is a bad haircut. I want you guys to understand that. It is customer service. And this is how I look at it. When you walk into a restaurant and you're like, I'm here, I'm about to spend this $150 on me and my boo. This anniversary. You walk in and don't no waiter say nothing to you. How long until you leave up out of there? But we'll sit up in a barbershop and people walk in and you got nothing to say to them. Bro, this is just another store to them. This is a store where I purchase haircuts. This is a restaurant for haircuts. If I say I want a medium well steak, but you feel like we got the best medium rare steaks in town, give me my medium well steak, or else I'm not going to like this restaurant. I don't care what the reviews say. I don't care who comes here. This restaurant is trash. When I leave my review, they don't listen. And that's what the majority of the customers that I get, the number one complaint is that the barber did what they want to do. I asked for this, the barber didn't do it. I asked for this all the time, the barber didn't do it. And I simply, you get in my chair and I do what you asked me to do, no matter how stupid I think it is. Now, me as a professional, I make professional recommendations. If they think that it's good and they want to try it, I can persuade them to go in the direction that I want them to go. But if I can't, bro, it's their hair. I seen one guy, he was going bald, and this is an influencer's video, YouTuber's video. He says, the guy's like, he comes in, he's going bald. I want to cut it all off. And this YouTuber says, man, I can't let him go out like that. I cannot cut this man's hair out. So what we did, we did all these techniques to kind of blend it in. At the end of the cut, it still looked bad because his bald spot was so prevalent. He was so bright skinned and his hair was so dark that bald spot just showed so much. That is a horrible haircut. Why? Because the customer came in and said, I'm ready to cut it all off. Most men are not wanting to cut their hair off. If they're going bald, they're devastated behind that. So for me to walk in and say, you know what, cut it all off, I've been thinking about this, and my wife done confirmed this, and I done talked to my boys, and now I've convinced myself, I done built myself up to this moment, and I'm ready to go. I sit down with my barber. All right, man, do this. Knock it all off. I'm ready. And you tell me no, and you give me a haircut that I didn't want. Bro, this is horrible. And I wanted to leave a comment, and the YouTuber is my boy. I wanted to leave a comment and be like, bro, this is horrible. He did not get what he wanted. You felt satisfied when he left out, but he's probably going to have to come back the next day like, yeah, bro, nah, just take it off. Just take it off. Or he's going to go home and shave it off himself with some little trimmers or something. which he shouldn't have to do because he just paid you 50, 60 bucks for this haircut. So we have to remember that we are customer service based first. I don't care how good you are. It's your ability to give a person what they want. That's what makes you a great barber. That's one of the key things to being a great barber. Don't have an attitude that you need me more than I need you. Because if you're the best fader in the world, if nobody sits in your chair, how much money did you make that year? You and your skill is broke. So I have to make sure that what I'm doing is providing you the service that we both enjoy. But your preference supersedes mine. Like, it always will supersede mine. My preference is not cutting off the mustache when you got a full beard. That looks stupid. If you want it, I gotta do it. No, it don't matter what I like. And so I take that approach when I'm talking to my customers. What do you want? It's your haircut. Now, the fireman that came today, fireman barber, he was like, bro, it's in your hands. I said, well, how do you normally wear it? I normally wear like a mid to low drop fade. How long has it been since your last haircut? It's been a couple weeks, but I'm normally I don't cut my hair that much. I wear a lot of hats. And so even my ability to, and this is verbatim, everything I just told you, what he said is what he said to me today because I was listening. I want to be thorough in what you tell me. And so if what you tell me is important to me, then I remember it. And people wonder, like, they come into my shop, bro, once we had that first consultation, if you love this, you don't have to tell me nothing else. And I don't think that's a skill that you have to have, but I think it's kind of like a waiter or waitress that goes in and it's like, that's my regular. Hey, you guys getting the usual? Cool. They not even pulling on no pen and a pad. If you don't want nothing different, then they got you. They know exactly what you want. And it's because those people care about what they do and they care about the service that they provide for you and they remember you. So I remember people's wives' names. I remember as Aaron, I told you guys, I haven't cut that little boy, the 8-year-old JJ, and probably since I went up earlier this year and probably in January or something. And I remember his name. I remember his mama name. I remember his birthday, all of that stuff, because it's important to me. I'm a people person, so I care about people. So when people tell me something, it kind of sticks. Now, my wife might tell me something sometimes and I don't necessarily remember what she told me. I think I'm just using up too much of my storage space. So I'm like, what? We didn't even talk about it. She like, here, look at this text. You responded to it. I'm like, oh, okay, my bad. But anyway, customer service based first, guys. We are customer service based. We are self-employed employees. If you don't do the service that your boss in the chair wants, you can be fired. Remember that. But back to what Aaron was saying, like, I miss that camaraderie in the shop. You know, I enjoy talking to these guys. I enjoy like just building relationships. I enjoy helping people grow. I enjoy being able to learn and glean from other individuals because iron sharpens iron. I learned in that shop, I learned about manhood. Oh my God. I learned about financial information. I learned about spiritual things. By having a mix. Like at the time, my boy Aaron was Muslim. The manager was Muslim. I'm a Christian. The owner is a Christian that used to be Muslim. And then the other guy was a Christian, and the other two guys, like, they just family's Catholic, so I guess we Catholic. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's such a mix of people to where you have no choice but to have these conversations and learn and grow and see other perspectives, other point of views, and it makes you a well-rounded person. Like a lot of the things that I know financially came from what the shop owner was talking about. And a lot of it was like, he wasn't even implementing it. He was like, man, I wish I was in a position to implement this stuff. And he's talking about it all the time. And so I'm like, why wouldn't I listen to this? So I've applied some of the practices of a Dave Ramsey, having never read a Dave Ramsey book. But now I don't have any vehicle debt. Like, my vehicles are paid off. he's completely against credit, but I have credit cards, but I make sure that the balances are paid off every month, you know, before that bill comes in, because I don't want to pay interest. Now, ATB, Aaron the Barber, I know we kind of different when it comes to that. He's like, man, you want to roll a little balance over, but I don't want to pay any interest. And I've been able to hit an 800 credit score without doing it. So I'm going to do it that way. So those are just different things, man. I didn't have many father figures in my household growing up. So I learned a lot about manhood. I learned about male responsibility. I learned so many different things from these men in a shop. And I learned a lot of what not to do. And I learned to cherish the things that I had at home because of the struggles of a lot of the men in the shop, the things that they were going through in the dating world, and the things that they were going through with their wife or with their children. And I couldn't help but to be like, man, God, thank you, because that's not my experience. I hear these guys talking about women in a negative light, but that's not my woman. Like, my woman is the exact opposite, and I'm blessed, you know, like, so it made me cherish what I had. I grew in that 6 years of being in that barbershop. Like, I left that shop and I could say, like, yo, I'm a man because of what happened around these men. And now I can speak to other men because of what I learned from these men and what my experiences were during that time and even post being in that shop. So you guys, like, there's so much that you can get from being in a shop that you don't get from being in a suite or from being at your house. You can still get it from, you know, talking to customers, but it's nothing like having a shop full of people, where men are talking amongst each other, whether it's clients that are waiting, clients that are in the chair, as well as the barbers interacting. You are able to learn, especially, I think I was maybe 25. Let's see, I'm 35 now. I've been gone 2 years. So I was 33, almost 33. Yeah, so yeah, I was like maybe like 25, 26 when I left that shop. And I left up out of there like a 32-year-old, 33-year-old man that was able to view my family in a much different light, support my family in a much better way. I knew nothing about cars or like just different things. Like, I just learned about so many things, how to get under there and fix things with my own hands, not always pay out. Cause I'm the guy, like, bro, you ask me, I know barbering, bro. And anything else, I'll pay it. But they're like, bro, why don't you just do this, do that? I'll never forget the first time, like, my wife's car door, the handle broke. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to fix this. I'm going to fix this thing myself. And so I hopped on YouTube. I ordered the part off eBay. It was cheap. And I went in there and did my step-by-step tutorial. And I felt like I was the man on the moon after that. Like, I was king of the world because I replaced the handle. Like, it's just funny, but I wouldn't probably have never even attempted it if I had not have been around men who did things, men who were speaking about the things that they've done, how they've worked on their homes, how they work on their cars, how they do this, do that, you know, how to keep your car clean. Your wife's car should be better than your car. She shouldn't be riding around in the busted car. You know, you want to make sure if anything, your kids and your wife is straight and you hobble around, you be the one that's maybe you might break down or run out of gas on your way home, but you don't want it to be that woman or those kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are lessons that this stuff I was told because I didn't know. And it might be common sense for you, but I'm speaking of the lack that I had and going into that system, going into that shop. Like, I couldn't help but to be a better man leaving these men after that, you know, and hopefully I had something in me that helped influence them and I could help deposit something into them. But I can definitely say, like, everybody deposited into me, and the barber and the man that you guys see today, I'll give credit first to God. But after that, well, I give credit to God because of the place where he put me, where I could go and could grow. And for him handpicking these guys to be around me, to develop me, so that when it was time for me to leave, bam, he can stand on his own too. And he can help grow some other men from around the world, grow some other women from around the world. And that's what I do. I give lots of advice. I give an ear. It's very therapeutic being inside that barbershop. And I was telling my a customer earlier um, about a customer of mine who and I don't know if I told you guys this yesterday or not, but he was living out here. I was cutting his hair every single week, and he moved and bought a house in Houston. And yeah, I did tell you guys yesterday, but for those of you who weren't here, he moved to Houston, and like, bro, like it was the saddest moment, that last haircut, and I didn't even charge him for it or nothing, bro. Like, bro, you my brother forever, but he was like, man, you are the highlight of my week. And I'm like, that hit different right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a man to tell another man, bro, coming to see you is the highlight of my week. I got a stressful job. I got a family I'm taking care of, a beautiful wife, beautiful kids, and I love all of them. But you, my barber, are the highlight of my week. And that right there just hit way different. You know what I'm saying? So you guys, I want you guys to take barbering beyond just, oh, it's a nice hustle. I can get every Jordan. I can get any car I want to drive. I'm making 6 figures. Like, bro, you are impacting people's lives. There's times where I'm praying for a customer in the chair and they have no clue about it based on their struggle. And there's times, depending on what their struggle is and how their spirit is and what I feel like the Spirit of God is telling me at the time, I'll even ask them like, hey man, can I pray for you? You know what I'm saying? And being in a suite, that's one thing that I do like about being in a suite, because we can have more vulnerable conversations and people can spill their heart out. There's times like one of my guys, I just had to close the blind at the suite and give my boy a towel, man, because the stuff that he was going through, like my boy was like really just crying his heart out, man. And I didn't want people walking by judging him, but I wanted him to feel safe enough to be like, hey man, thank you. Like, bro, thank you for being here to talk to me through this, because I can't tell my boys this. I can't tell my pops this. I can't talk to my girl because she's the issue. You know what I'm saying? She shouldn't be hitting me with all these different things. And I'm used to it because I was raised by an abusive woman. And now my girl, who I love, just gave birth to my child and she's abusing me. And I take it because I'm used to it. I done gotten too many fights. I done been in jail so many times. I'm used to getting beat up. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not normal. That happened, but that shouldn't be the norm. You don't want to make it acceptable, and you know it's not right. And I don't want you to be to that point where you find yourself, because you are a fighter. You've done had those fights in prison. You done been locked up throwing hands. You're a little dude that'll go toe to toe with anybody. But I don't want you to snap out of it and realize, dang, what did I just do to this woman? What did I just do to my baby mama, who I love? Like, I don't want you to have that moment. So now we got to talk through this thing to see what's some better solutions. Should you be in this household? I don't make suggestions like, hey man, y'all don't need to be together. But what I suggested to him is, and I even told him, I was like, it don't sound like she's ready to be in a relationship. And it don't sound like you need to be in that house, because I don't want you to find out, like, come to and I got blood on my hands. What the heck just happened? And I see a body on the ground because I done blacked out and did something that I can't take back. And even though I love my baby, I love my child, I don't want to be seeing her through the glass on the other side of this window. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think all of that is a part of barbering, like helping to build and impact lives beyond just a haircut. Like, the haircut will help a person to feel better on the inside, but there's some other things that I can do, some encouragements that I can make that's going to make a person, that haircut, even when it's grown out, you still have my words and you still have these thoughts, you feel better about it. And I can go on and say, you know what, I can make it through. Like, yeah, I'm struggling. I can't wait to get back in to see my barber, to let him know I pulled through for another 2 weeks, man. Things is going well. Or I slipped up, I did this, but man, I'm back on it. And now it's been 3 weeks and I've been going strong. You know, these are kind of conversations I'm able to have in a barbershop that, I mean, inside my suite, that I couldn't really have in that amount of detail in a barbershop. So it has its goods and it has its bads. But I also tell my customers, like, bro, if you going through it, bro, you got my line. Like, if you got to call me or you want to text me, whatever it is, we can talk about this, because I think your life is more important than your haircut. At the end of the day, your life is more important than your haircut. And if I never cut your hair again, I want to make sure that your life is right. I want to make sure that your lifestyle is where it needs to be. I want to make sure that at least I'm that one person in your circle that is going to counteract the thoughts that you might think and all your homeboys think that's wrong. Somebody has to be like the guy that says, nah, not a good idea. Like somebody said last night, so many people have tried to get him to sell drugs. Like, you got to have somebody in your life to say, no, this is not the good thing. This is not a good thing. Because if you don't, then you're a product of your environment and you only going to do what you know. My dad sold drugs. My uncle sold drugs. My big brother sold drugs. And as Jay-Z said, I put my feet in the footprints left for me. Like, they walked this thing out. And the game told me, the life told me that this is what I'm supposed to do next. So I walked that walk. But somebody has to be the guy to say, you know what? Nah, bro, that's not cool, man. That girl's married, bro. Like, if she don't respect her husband, you should respect him enough to say, you know what? Nah, I'm good, girl. Go on. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you his wife. What are you doing coming at me like that? Nah, man, I got higher standards than that. I respect your husband too much. But instead, all the rappers is talking about who wife they took. You know, you got Drake talking about Kanye West's wife. So the youngsters think that's cool. But you're not going to think it's cool when you hear me talk. Because I got a wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway. Let's see. Once I get out of school, I plan on getting a spot in the Rock. Yeah, man, either getting a suite for myself. Bro, you don't want to go into a suite out of school because you won't have the clientele. You will not have the clientele to sustain a $260, $300 a week lease. You won't be able to pay for it. All right, Sias, I know you've probably been gone. I've been talking forever, but thank you for coming through, brother. Laura says, speaking with passion, mic drop. The barbershop really be a good space for men to be men in a world where it's almost taboo to be a man. Bro, 100%. And I'm not about toxic masculinity. I'm about male accountability. There are a lot of things wrong with today's modern woman, and it comes through media and social media. And they've been deceived into thinking I need to be an independent woman, but you weren't designed to be independent. You were designed to be a helper, a helpmeet. Eve was created for Adam as his helper. So how can she be independent when her job was to help? So with that being said, our society has taught women that it's cool to be out of the house. One of my customers said it today. He said the Cosby Show was he said it was the best and the worst thing for our society. I'm like, best and the worst? Like, what you mean? Like, that was a great example of a black household. He said, true, but it also taught that the women, like, in order to be a successful woman, then you have to be making at least as much money as your husband. So now who's at the house watching these kids? Who's raising the kids? Now we think that this is the norm for both parents to be out and gone all the time. And who's raising the kids? Now the kids are left to fend for themselves. Or if y'all got enough money, now the nanny's raising the kid. Plus Netflix is raising your kid. Plus TikTok is raising your kid. Now you got a 12-year-old who he says he's she because this is what I saw online. And yeah. So I'm sorry, guys. I can talk about everything forever. My boy said, that's real talk. Thank you, bro, for going beyond the barber chair. Yeah, man. Like, that's what it is, bro. Like, we got to remember, man, like, what we do. Barbers used to be called barber surgeons. So there was a point in time where barbering was all one thing. Barbering and surgery, the doctors, we were all one service. So what we did originally was go beyond. We were the healthcare providers, doing services like bloodletting, pulling teeth. All of these different things was rendered by a barber. So what eventually happened is all those things split up. But originally we were the ones to be that intimate with our customers, our with our clients, our whatever you call them, our patients. They were our patients then. So my sister Laura says another great night. I'm out. And I agree. I think this is a great time to log out. I got 14 likes and 15 people watching. So if you guys haven't liked this, man, like it. If you've heard some stuff, like, man, share it. I don't care. Share it with somebody. And I think I'll be on tomorrow night. The plan was not to be on 2 hours once again. The plan was like 20 to 30 minutes. But you guys are so awesome. Y'all came in with questions, you came in with comments, and you make it very easy to talk to you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. I love all y'all, man. And do your job tomorrow. If you're a barber already, man, just whatever you do tomorrow, man, be encouraging to somebody, man. You see somebody in the morning, hey, how you doing? Speak to them. Like, that means something to people in a world where everybody's so disconnected. So you guys speak to somebody. Hey man, have a good day, bro. Even tell a random person. I do it. I mess with my customers all the time just because I know people don't use these words. But I'll be like, all right, man, love you, bro. And it's funny, like sometimes you get people to say it back. They be like, all right, bro. All right, man. You know, so man, just tell somebody you love them, man. Tell your favorite customer you love them, or somebody that you never told, man. And bro, just show love, bro. Spread love. One cut at a time. But all right, man. I'll probably see y'all tomorrow, or it might be a tutorial. I don't know. But love y'all. Have a good night. Peace.